Good morning, everyone. It is bright and early. Well, it's not that early anymore, but we left the island, or left our home at 4:30 this morning, and headed for another load back to the North Bay area. It is now almost 9 o'clock. We've got a bunch of stuff picked up already. Went to our storage locker, got a few things that we're going to be needing soon, and now we're on our way to the tractor equipment dealership to get that tractor loaded, pay the bill, and then gotta get the round baler yet, and a bunch of other small items, wood splitter, all that kind of stuff. So got Wes and Cora with me. Wes isn't feeling too good. He just smacked his nose on a pole at the gas station. So it's a little bent out of shape and a little sore. Hopefully he feels better soon. Other than that, yeah, we're gonna load that stuff up and head back for home. Hopefully be home early afternoon and maybe get some cutting done yet today. Hope so. Alright, again, didn't do much filming, paying a trucker by the hour, but this is what fit on our load here. And the back of the van's pretty full, and then we've got the baler, tractor, potato harvester, and a bucket, I think, on the other guy. He's got a long load, but yeah, we didn't end up sticking a lot of stuff on there just because it's kind of bulky items, see? So we're good to go. The only thing left here is the solar panels, and I'd love to take them, but I honestly got nowhere to put them. If I could unbolt them all, I could put them in the van, but we have nothing to unbolt them with. So unfortunately, I think we'll have to come all the way back for them. Now, I don't need them right away. We have others, but it would be nice. So we'll probably have to swing out of our way with some tools next time, load them in the back of the van. Maybe on our way north. We're gonna get some more critters soon from up north. I'm gonna go up and get another bred heifer and a 1-year-old, 2 more jerseys. So maybe when we go do that, we could swing by here and pick them up. But other than that, we are done here. I should go slower. You can see behind us, this is where we've been camping. Up on the hill there, where we had the pigs and stuff. The field here, I should almost show you that in a minute. I'll walk over there. Alright, I just wanted to take you one other time here where we have the goats and the pigs. The longest down here is in here. We've been gone for a little while, and you can see the regrowth, all the grass growing. It's amazing how much is cleared out underneath these trees. We are going to get to that on our new property. I don't know when. Time is of the essence for a house right now, so we'll probably just end up putting the critters on actual land right now. But you can see how thinned out it is down under these trees, and loads of places. I don't know if the camera will pick that up, but there's lots and lots of places where there's grass growing now, and the sun can actually get in. And left here longer, they just keep doing more. We were watching the cow too. She comes in here and pushes the bigger trees down with her face, and then everybody goes to town on all the leaves. And then, you know, so a lot of these trees that are knocked over, she does that. So we just pulled them out. Here beside me, there's one that's knocked down as well and snapped off. We did remove quite a few out of here, but a lot of them are snapped off just by the animals, and then you just pull the stump. So if a guy had a wood chipper, or take that through here, and all these broken branches, run them through the wood chipper, cleans it up, brings fertilizer in right away, and just opens it up and allows for grass to grow. So I'm super excited about getting on that in our own bush, but there's lots of areas right now where we can graze them and focus on more important, more time-sensitive things, I guess, before winter comes. We've got quite a few things to get organized. So right now, I got to get on the road. There we go. That's a long day. I got up at 4 this morning and woke Cora and Wes up, had a coffee, or made a coffee to go, I guess, and hit the road. It is now Oh, 6:30 pushing 7 at night, and we're home. Got everything here. So tractor's here now, baler's here. We already had the disc mower and the bale wrapper here, and ready to cut down some hay. Looking forward to that. I am exhausted though. Here's the other little tractor. I got the potato planter or picker. Keep calling it a planter for some reason. Maybe I should buy one of those. Potato harvester up there. Bucket. Here's another bucket. We have 3 here. Now I don't know what I'm going to do with them all yet. I got my axles for building the hay wagon down the road. Got my scraper blade. Feed for the ducks and the goats and the cows. Some oats and some peas. Wood splitter. Picnic table. Everything's here now. Happy and home. And I hear supper is ready, so that's perfect timing. We're going to go do that.
Much easier to bike, eh? I don't know. You're the one that ran over it.
I think it just disintegrated the battery. Probably battery fluid all over. Here's probably a chunk of it in, no?
Wow.
So that's what we call an expensive oops. The fence has been getting moved for mowing. So we're moving it over. And Wes forgot to move the shocker. We have solar shockers from Gallagher, an S20 and 2 S16s. And they run off the sun, obviously. They got a battery inside of them, and that's how we keep our animals in the fence. But this one did not get moved and just went through the disc vine. And that's what's left of it. Unfortunately, So that's a solar panel. These are bits and pieces of plastic. We haven't quite found the battery, although I think I found some elements to the battery. I think that blue part might be part of it. It totally gobbled it up and destroyed it. Anyway, we've been picking bits and pieces out of the windrow here. But yeah, that makes for an expensive mowing day. Hopefully that's the last issue we have. Thankfully we just picked up another one of these, so we still have enough to keep the critters in, but not enough to run through the disc pine again. Yeah, I'm not even hardly awake yet. I just came outside to get a coffee mug, and I look out in the field, and there's a whole lot of Canada geese just sitting right behind the camp trailer. See if I can get them on the camera. I think that's less than a stone's throw from our trailer. I don't know why they want to be there, but kind of neat. They don't even seem that scared. Never heard them fly in or nothing. Anyway, while we're looking at this, I guess I'll think you're looking for mice? Huh, maybe. I don't know if they do that. While I'm looking here, though, you can see I left a square. I've cut all on the other side. I left this piece. It's milkweed. There's first chunk, and apparently there's some health benefits to milkweed. I don't know nothing about that, but we're learning a lot more about plants, and they also are really good for the butterflies. So at this point, Anissa asked if I could just leave a square. We don't need all the field, we don't need all the grass, and so I left that chunk there, and then I left another chunk here, which looks kind of ridiculous, but there is a pile of bushes that are probably, oh, I don't know, 4 feet tall, 5 feet tall. Some of them are less, and about that wide as well. And so it takes quite a while for bushes to grow. So there too, she asked if I could just leave some, and then we can transplant. Oh, there's a whole whack more geese back there. Right there by the river. Above my finger there. There's a whole bunch more geese. That's good. Goose season's coming up for hunting. So anyway, so I left all them bushes in that big patch there as well. And then we talked about possibly running a lane right here to the back. Oh, there they go. Yeah, you scared them away, you bugger. Hey, you came over here and scared them. What are you doing out of your pen? Think they're gonna land with the other guys? Yeah. Yep, they did too. Well, there you go. There's enough there for a feast and a half. So I also got a cut on the other side of the river yet. If you can see that line of bushes, where's my finger? Other side of the bushes. If you look on the other side there, I got to get across, but the lane to get across is too narrow at this point, so I got to go back to where the chainsaw first and widen it a bit. There's about 6 acres ish back there to cut yet. We'll start with this, but if you look in here, you can see all the bushes in the field. I've just been mowing them down. They're just, well, you don't even notice them through the mower. There's a couple of hawthorn trees that I've noticed, and I got to go pretty slow going through that, and then I picked them out. I don't want them in the middle of the field, but some of those bushes, yeah, it'll take a long time. So if we do end up putting a lane through here, I left that bush there and this here. Yeah, I don't think I really want a lane in the middle of the field, but it would look cool from the house to be able to see the children walking down to the river and back again. You know, you can kind of picture somebody with a fishing pole over his shoulder and a lunch pail wandering down through the farm lane, so it would be kind of cool. So we may end up doing that, but for now, I just left those bushes. We can transplant them and move them wherever, anywhere on this farm. So anyway, beautiful morning. I still badly need a coffee, and I gotta find a shirt. Welcome to home. Alright, much better now. I found a shirt and a hat. Gotta have a hat on. And we're ready to go for this morning. I have got a cool surprise for you guys today. A really cool find that we picked up yesterday. Stay tuned to the end of the video, and I'm going to show you that. I think you're going to like it. So this morning, so I didn't get everything cut. I'm probably half done the field, maybe. I don't know how well that shows up, but other than these pieces that I left that I talked about, not this piece, that one's got to get cut yet, but I left 2 squares over there. But I got the rest to cut yet today, and then we're going to do some baling. I also need to find a spot to do some baling. So this farm has been I don't want to say neglected, but it hasn't really been farmed in quite a few years. So the guy had some cows running around here, that's it. So everything's kind of overgrown. All the edges of the fields are encroaching on the fields. We want to push that back. We're not going to work on that today, but in due time we're going to work on that. But there is a laneway or a crossing over the river where it's too narrow to get through. I do want to tackle that today. And also there's a lane leaving the field here behind the equipment. Oh, my head's in the way. Behind the equipment here, there's a lane going up there onto the ridge, and that's where I want to put all the feed. I did not want to put all these bales out on good land. I'd rather stick them up on the rockier area where I can't farm anyway. We are short on good land at this point because it's not enough cleared, so I don't want to ruin any. So we gotta make that laneway open again. There was a lane there. We gotta push back some trees, and that way we can get our bales up there, and I'll wrap them all up there for feed. And they'll also be easier for wintertime feeding then, because that's the same flat area where we'll be putting the animals for winter. So that's what we're working on this morning. So that's that patch of milkweed. It's perfectly usable, but we want to leave it right now. We're still looking into the benefits of the milkweed plant. And then there's all the bushes I was talking about in that second patch, which again, it's perfectly good to cut, but you know, it takes a while for those bushes to grow. So I had to agree with Anissa and decided just to keep a whole bunch, and we can transplant them wherever we want, and then we'll mow it. We don't really need the land this year, so not this much of it anyway. Alright, over here is the lane going up. So the first punt's not too bad. We're going to have to do some work to the top there. It gets pretty narrow. So we'll try to widen this all up so I can get through with wagons, bales and stuff. There's a nice little area here, a little flat spot. Now we're on the one flat, and that's the next flat where I'm heading. Here it looks like you had a little bit of a corral at one point, and if you can look, you can spy an old wagon wheel there. There's actually an axle buried in here, and there's two wagon wheels there. I don't know if you can make it out. Right there. But at the moment, this is my challenge, is to get up through there and clear some of these junipers. There's a whole bunch of junipers growing on that flat. I want them gone so I can lay my bales up in there. Alright guys, here is our rare find of the week. This unit sits on this, just comes apart for easier transport. We have all sorts of pieces pulled apart right now. I just laid some of this stuff back in here and put the chimney back on just to give you an idea. This will be our oven, our stove. It's from what I can tell, although the patented anyway, it was in 1903, I believe. So she is an old girl. I don't know exactly when this one was built. The homeowner we bought it from thought 1916, 1917, but I don't know. The only date I can find is a 1903, 1904 stamp. So there's pieces for all of this. They're not missing. We just have them all in the van still. The ashes would drop in here. This is the firebox. It's gonna need some TLC. I mean, it's old. We're gonna do a few patches and stuff on it, but all in all, she's pretty good. You got your spots here for pot warmers. They can move. One on that side. Here's you got draft control. It's pretty cool technology in here. So firebox is in here. You could drop some sticks in through the top. These actually turn to remove ashes. Okay, the heat from the fire, the smoke from the fire would come up past this and go underneath through here. And then to start the fire, you can open this guy up. There's a handle here that opens that door up, and then the smoke could go right up. But once you got her good and hot, and you've got the chimney good and hot, you could shut this down, because now it's drawing, and it's going to be drawing through that hole, which means the smoke would have to go through across the oven and down. And then if you want to use the oven, there's a handle down here to turn, which closes this guy, okay, which makes the smoke go down this side under the bottom of the oven. It turns underneath the bottom again, turns, comes back up this hole, and then over and through and up to the chimney. And that's how you would heat the oven. There's a substantial oven in here as well. It's a decent sized oven. And like I said, we got some repairs to do and some cleanup to do on her, but we're pretty excited with it. Now, if you don't want to use the oven, you close this guy. Now, same thing though. Oh no, sorry, no, that's the oven. That's when we're cooking in the oven. If you don't want to use the oven, you'd open this. And in here fits a big pot. Well, you can put water in there, so you'd have hot water going. And that smoke then would go underneath that pot, through this hole, out that hole, and same thing up the chimney. And then you'd be heating your hot water. So you'd have hot water available all day long in here, as long as the fire's going. And then if you need to use the oven, then you'd close another one, like I said, and use the oven. Got a nice dial on here too, from back in the day for the heat. Made in Hamilton, Ontario. It's pretty cool. We are super excited about this find. I don't know what else I can show you on it. That basically sums it all up. Like I said, it's going to sit on this base. We do have some repairs to do. Underneath here is a handle for opening up the oven door, but the one piece of the handle broke off, so I actually have it. And if you press that down, normally it would stick out here. You could hit it with your foot. But if you press that down, then the oven door opens up. So if you have your hands full with some loaves of bread or whatever it is, then you can just press that and open up the door. Pretty cool. And here you can remove this if you're not, this is not for wood. Or sorry, to remove this for wood. So if you're burning coal or something, you're going to leave this in. But if you're burning wood, then you have to take it out. I don't understand why that is. Please fill me in if you know. What else can I show you on it? There's an ash bucket. These are some spare parts, unfortunately. But there's an ash bucket that slides in here. We can easily pull out. There's lots of spots in here for cleaning. You can get accessible to. Probably could put wood in there through there too as well. Yeah. So we're looking forward to cleaning up. We are not going to be working on that right now. We've got a lot on the plate. But we will get to that. And maybe we'll start cooking on it before the house is ready. Very, very excited about that. Like I said, it's well over 100 years old. And with a little bit of TLC, it will be our primary cooking device for many, many years to come. Very thankful for the family that sold it. I know they had a hard time letting it go, or at least the missus of the house did. And I can understand why. It's a piece of history right there. But she will sit right up there in our new kitchen, Lord willing. Hey, it's breakfast time already. I haven't even got done yet, but this is that same spot I was looking at before. It's gonna be ugly for a bit. Once it rains a few times, and the dirt will wash away and it'll be kind of more natural looking, and the plants will grow back and yada yada. Right now I'm more concerned about getting up there to put my bales away. So this is the lane coming up between the baler and there. And right here, oh, Wes is coming. Look at that, he must have been looking for me. I heard it's breakfast time. So now I can get up there through wagons, or with wagons. Up top I got a clear spot yet. Do basically the same thing. These junipers are not in very deep. Actually right here is solid rock. That's rock underneath there. So I don't know how deep the soil is actually over there, but that was a rock pile. So I had a bit of a time. It took me longer than I figured, just because it was a rock pile somebody had dumped on the one side. The other side, there's actually a fence post from way back when. You know, it'd be kind of interesting to know a little bit of history there on when somebody sank that in the ground. Right? How long has that piece been there? No idea, but I'm interested in history. So anyway, so I got it cleared out. It took a little longer, like I said. Cleared some of that out, and then trying to find places to dump it. I'll move this all. We'd like to run it all through either a wood chipper and then just spread it out so it can rot faster. Adds fertility to the land. Otherwise we'll burn it, but I'd prefer to run it through a wood chipper, then it's gone. Clears it right up. I'll show you this wheel here yet. We got two antique rare finds today. So that's still got the old wooden axle and everything in here. I don't know how old this thing would be. There is another wheel in there we had found at one point, I thought. Oh no, I don't see it. Maybe there isn't. No, it's just the stub sticking out there. So it's got a steel center. Now, flies are biting again. But pretty cool. And then there is still, this part's in here, the tongue. I don't think the rear axle was anywhere here to be found. Would be underneath here somewhere. But anyway, maybe one day we'll dig that out and park her in a fence row where we can see it. Breakfast time. Yeah, anyway, that's it for today. The next chapter of our lives is ready to begin. So stay tuned for that.